Yeah, we need to understand, the effect of this coronavirus, and how to take preventive measures, of the coronavirus. What you need to do, there are currently no vaccine to prevent coronavirus disease, which is otherwise known as COVID-19. You can protect yourself and help prevent spreading the virus to others if you do wash your hands regularly for 20 seconds with soap and water or alcohol-based hand rub. Cover your nose and mouth with a disposable tissue or flexed elbow when you cough or sneeze. Avoid close contact 1 meter or 3 feet with people who are unwell. Stay home and self-isolate from others in the household if you feel unwell. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth if you are not clean or if your hands are not clean. You need to understand this, and it's very, very important for us to be able to know that coronavirus is something everybody needs to, uh, watch out for. It's a disease that has no cure for now. We can only prevent it, and we can only take some precautionary measures in order to safeguard ourselves. But more so, we need to understand when there is total lockdown in some other European countries, it might not be applicable in some African countries because of the economic situation of those countries. How many of the African countries can feed their citizens on a daily basis, even if it is 2 square meals, in a day? How many? Now, if you ask people to sit at home, what are you trying to say? Are you ready to feed them? Are you ready to feed them? Are you ready to, make them feel, at home? Make them obey the government directives or an order of stay at home. So are you? That is the problem. So if government actually, want the people to stay at home, you should be able to look for alternative for their survival. You should be able to make them understand, okay, we ask you guys to sit at home. We're going to be taking care of some relief materials to make sure you guys stay at home. That kind of a thing. There must be provision like that. But you don't have that provision, and you're telling the citizens who actually fend for themselves, who actually, earn living through their daily income, and you ask them not to go to work, not to go to anywhere, just for them to sit at home. It's not going to work, especially in commercial areas like Lagos, Abuja, and all that. No, it's not going to work. So it's not their fault that this virus is, or this virus, is actually, in Nigeria. It was discovered. It's not their fault. And if from history, from record of we have, it's something that was actually brought into the country by those who have traveled outside the country. Mostly people who have been to, places or countries where these viruses, or this virus is taking more effect. So that is what we should understand. But all I'm saying, or my take in this whole issue, is that if you ask your people to stay at home, then you should be ready to make provision for their survival. What are they going to eat? Or if you can do that, there should be some remuneration that can be given to them while they stay at home. You understand that? So I'm appealing to the government. I'm appealing to the government of Nigeria to reconsider their orders and directives. Those countries who, of course, the stay-at-home order was effective was because they had provision for their people. They have provision for their people. And that's why they're asking them to stay at home. There's provision for money, there's provision for food, but here in this country, Nigeria, we don't have such. We had developing country. So they are already developed. And so we should not, by all means or in whatever capacity, compare ourselves with them. So my take on this as an individual, as a citizen, or as a Nigerian is that the government should be ready to make provision or alternative means of survival for these people who have been asked to stay at home. Thank you so much. I'll appreciate it if the government take to this. Thank you. Bye for now.